Hi everyone, welcome to Hilltop View Journals. Today I'm working on day 28 of rachandbellacrafts My Daily Spread collaboration, and today it is journaling about what we're proud of, and we are creating layer tags. So I've got a couple of ideas here for my small journal, and I've also got a larger example of layer tags for my writing journal, and also there's a hidden journaling spot in this one as well. So please do join me for the video, and I'll see you in the next shot. Let's start by showing you some examples of layer tags. So I've got these ones here, and these are just using different backings of kits. These are all kits from rachandbellacrafts. So I've just got a belly band on the front and the back, and then I've just added some simple ephemera there. Similarly with this one, so I've got a watercolour doodle there, and then I've got a pocket in the back, and then another little sentiment that goes in there like that. Then these are watercolour tags, so I've created a pocket, and these are just really either watercolour or just from kits. So very simple. This one I've got a double pocket, so in essence you get 3 tags. Got the backing tag, which is watercolour paper. Well, it's not watercolour paper, it's cheap drawing paper. And you can still journal on the back there. This one, again, watercolour paper, corner pocket, watercolour backing, and then piece of a kit. This one is a double pocket, so you've got a pocket on the front, pocket on the back, and then you've got room for 2 more tags. And of course you could journal on the back of the tags as well if they're plain. I think mine are just made from masterboards. So there's some ideas there. And then we've got layered tags from clothes tags. So here I've got room to journal there. I've just used kit pages. Then I've done a little bit of gesso and stenciling, more kit pages, and a label, and a little bit of embellishment. So these all follow the same theme and style. So again, I've used distress inks on there over the gesso and stenciling, used backing paper. So these make really nice embellishments for fronts of journals. This one I've used some lovely trim from Rachandbella, and again I've sort of mixed and matched here, so I've used a cut off from a stencil and some fabric, and again I've used digital kit. And then this example is just tying a very simple bow around a tag. So you've got the background, and this is just a drop sheet of acrylic paints and things, and I've just used scraps. And again, I've just made this card up then using scraps, packaging paper. It's really scrappy, and that fits there. And you can do, you can do several layers like that then, so you've got like 3-in-1 tags. So those are some ideas just to get you started. So what I was thinking of doing was using what I've already got for my daily spread journal, and then also making an example, a bigger tag for a journaling journal, for my daily journaling. So I was going to repurpose, let's move these out the way. I was going to repurpose these 2 tags because they're the right size, and I was just going to take out the little cards and then match them into the kit that we're using. So that's what my plan is. And I think when you're layering tags, what you're looking for is either a tag that complements each layer. So you could have the same colour, just maybe different tones of it. So for instance, you could have something like this. So that sort of complements, although that is quite a bit of a contrast, but I haven't really got something that is more gentle. Hang on, maybe something like that. There we go, that's better. That's a better example. So that's a layer that gently complements one another. Or you go for more of a contrast. So you could do something like this, where each layer is quite contrasting with the other. So it would, yeah, so any of these sort of papers would work really well for that. So depending on the look, that's what you've got to figure out. And I was going to use, I've got 2 sheets of this, so I'm trying not to print more paper out as best as I can, because I think as you're coming towards the end of the challenge, you don't really want to be doing lots more prep work. I think the time for prep work is gone, so you kind of need to wrap up. So I think what I need to do is cover that, and yeah, I think I'll go for this piece here. So I'm going to fold and cut. And just see what I can fit. So I think I can probably get that much in. I don't think I folded it very flat, or very straight, I should say. That's great. That will do just nicely. And I'm going to fold it in half so that I've got a decent backing on it. Could probably do with cutting a little bit more off. That's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue because I'll be stitching around mine. And I think I'll make this into a tag shape. So I'm just going to fold it and snip off the edges there. I don't want to embellish these tags too much. I'm trying to avoid the bulk as much as I can. So just a simple cluster, I think, will do just nicely. So for the cluster, I will go a bit more contrasting, I think. I'm trying to grab some of my fabric here. So something like that. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to really worry about this because in my journal, I don't think you'll even see it. So you've got to be practical, guys. You've got to be practical. No, you're not even going to see it. So I'm not going to worry about it. She says, but I know I will do something about it. Yeah, I will. I'll do something about it. But I'm telling you, you would not need to worry about it. So listen to me. And if I'd thought ahead, what I could have done is not glued the back, left the back loose. I could have stitched this directly onto the front and then stitched the back together, but I didn't do that, so something to learn from me. And just pop a bit of glue there and trim around. There we go. I'm happier with that, even though it was definitely not required. So I literally am not really thinking about these things. I'm just grabbing what I've got and using them. I think I prefer it like that. Okay, so I will stitch around that in a tick. Very simple. You could add something there actually. That probably would look nice. I could possibly reuse this. Oops, my glue is everywhere because it's so warm here. It's really runny. So I'll stitch that on as well. That will go there like that. Okay. And then for this tag, I'm going to use this lovely backing paper, which is Divine. So again, I need to work out the width. So let's try that. it's a tad too wide, but I shall cut it down in a second. I think the size is perfect. That's lovely. I think I'm going to put this one into a tag as well. So we've got these two tags here, so I need to figure out what to do here and what to put on here. Bearing in mind you're not really going to see much of that. So I don't need to be too concerned. It's got this purple bit in there, you see, that I'm not that keen on. So I kind of want to cover it, and I won't be happy until it is covered. That would work in a pinch. Or I could go sort of book pagey. Got that thumb notch there, so that makes it a bit more awkward. Or I just cover it completely. This seems to be the easiest idea, so let's go with the easiest. Okay, so I'm happy with that, or happier, I should say. And I'll probably stitch around that again just to get the stitching back in. And what do I want here? I don't really want to cover it so much, because it is a very pretty design. So when in doubt, grab a button. That's my advice. Grab a button. I'm just going to do something simple like this. Nice and simple. I will just attach a little bit of glue on that just to keep it in place. So the background, even though there's green, I think it's more bluey than green. So that's why I've gone with a blue piece of material. And I would like to put something there, but it is so bulky. I don't know if I can find anything that is suitable to just fit on there, really. We could just put something like that on there. Simplest of embellishments. Okie dokie, so I'm going to go and stitch those now and look at the final result. I'm not going to complain about how hot the weather is, okay? However, I have just had to switch my phone off and put a fan on it to cool it down because it overheated. How mental is that? Absolutely mental. Okay, so that's enough of that. And here are my little tags, all finished. I know I've got a little space in the back. And I think what I'll do maybe is add something suitable. Can I find something suitable? Possibly not, but that will do for a minute. I obviously want journaling space on mine, so I can journal about the two men in my life that I am proud of, which of course are my beautiful sons, Sean and Kerry, who are 30, and Kerry's only 28. But they're my boys, still my boys. So what I want to do now is decorate this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these papers, and so I need to rip one this way, yes, this way. I've got to think then. So I'm going to rip it haphazardly and then glue it down. So good to know what the weather's like where you are. So here in Wales today, it's going to be, I think it's going to break the June record for being the hottest day again. We're expecting 33 degrees, which is unbelievable. And it's even hotter in other parts of the UK. That is absolutely mental. I genuinely cannot believe how hot it is. Not quite got it there. But I think that'll do. Okay, and I'm going to grunge it up a little bit. These little pattern papers are great for smaller journals. So handy to have. One side a second. Okay, so that's going to go in the background like that, just to give it a bit of interest. And then for this I thought I would use this paper. So I have got to try and get it to match. And I think what I'll do is I will leave a border. I'm only going to glue it on one side there. Otherwise I think I will struggle to get my tags in. And I was thinking of just popping on something simple like that there. And that is that page spread. Where'd you got, Fen? It's finished. So let's do the larger tag really quickly. No measuring. I'm just going to go with it. Oh, actually, I'm going to leave that there and I'm going to cut it here. Got a bit of glue. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? So I just need to see how large I want this tag. So I've got my journal here, or one of my signatures. So actually I'm going to go for the full size. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that. And which side do I want? I want that side. And then I'm going to go contrasting with some of these. And I've only got, oh, I got that one. Okay, I do like that one. And okay. So I need a piece of card that I can use to cover. Okay, I'm going to use this and I'm going to measure how I want it to look. So if we go about there, I'm trying to do this super quick so that my camera doesn't collapse. So I'm going to use two contrasting papers. So again, what I'll do is rip this, glue this on loosely, as you can see. I'm not going to worry about the back for this video, but obviously I would want to cover the back if I was not in a rush and I want to journal. I can see the barcode there. I like that. I like being able to see what was underneath. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea though. So this paper's quite thin. Okay, so we've got our second layer. And then our third layer is going to be this pretty paper. And I'm going to use the full size of it. And let's see, how short does this need to be? Not short, what's the width going to be? Can I cut that? I think we'll go a bit wider. So there are my layered tags, and I'm going to round these corners. So we'll make this one the smallest. Medium. Oops. Large. And I'm going to ink all around these, and I'm going to stitch. Okay, I've stitched everything, and just as a reminder, I've left this open so that you can journal in it about what you're proud of. So you don't always have to journal on the back, you can journal inside, and it can be a nice little hidden journaling spot then. So I'm going to leave that open, and I'm going to just layer these up really simply. And I've got some, I don't know what you call it. We call it lace. Not too sure, but it's really nice for tying. tie that like that, and then somehow I was planning on adding that there. So I think what I'll need to do is tie it around the back or the side. Side would work as well, but we'll do it around the back, I think. And I can put a little bow in it then. Bow is probably going to be too bulky, possibly. So let's tie it. Okay, so I'm going to carefully glue this and probably burn my fingers, because I should have done this before I put the tie on. Yeah. Pop that in. Pop that in. Grab my journal. And I've probably clipped this in place. And then that will go in the journal just like that. So it's a really, really simple way of layering your tags and creating a hidden journaling spot at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed those quick ideas for layering tags. And also with this one, of course, you've got the hidden journaling space, which I think is just an extra bonus. But I do like these cute little ones. I love having pockets on tags. I think they're a great addition. So today, as it's day 27, you've got the serendipitous, I can't even say it, serendipitous, I can't say it. Oh, I'm not going to try and say it again. Serendipitous crafter. The link will be in my description box. And also Annie Toe will be over on Facebook. So please do go and check out Ceri and Bellacrafts Facebook group, as well as Annie's work will be on there. And we will be joining each other for the 29th tomorrow, and it'll be Ceri and Bellacrafts, and our Phyllis Joseph will also be over on Facebook. So I do hope you'll enjoy me for another quick video tomorrow. But until then, I hope you will enjoy journaling what you are proud of and also making layered tags. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.